What's happening, you guys? Today is a day I'm staying in. I had a big shoot that I had to go on. I'm making a video on that. That'll be out way later. But yeah, a little bit of a behind the scenes of how to make a commercial. But anyway, this video is going to be about the DJI goggles and how you can install an analog module using the iFlight mod. Now, disclaimer, if you open this stuff up, it's going to void your warranty, so don't take my advice. I'm just doing this because I really want to not have to carry two goggles, and I think it'd be a fun video. I'm going to be filming every step of the way. I actually don't have any internet, so I did some screen grabs and I'm going step by step of everything, and I'm going to do it in real time. Hopefully it's not too long, and so you guys can kind of see how to do it. I'm not telling you to do it, just for entertainment purposes only. I'm not responsible for your DJI goggles if you get this mod and install it. Let's see what this comes with. This is the iFlight face mask that will replace this one. They have already pre-soldered the BC onto here. So this side is going to go to the receiver side, which in my case will be the rapid fire. So I bought the rapid fire version, and this side will go to the goggle side. The first thing is to take this off. I've already done that, that's easy. And the next thing is I need to take off this Velcro. They recommend heating this up a little bit. Here we go. We have it on high. Gonna go section by section. Should probably use a heat gun for this, but you know, everybody has a hair dryer. So, all right, hopefully that's enough to get this off. Kind of want to put this in a safe place where it's not going to get all, so I'm going to just put it here. So I'm probably going to skip through some of this to make it faster. Okay, so we've got all the Velcro off. It looks like I'm going to be removing these Phillips head screws. So it says remove 6 of these. So I'm assuming it's all the ones down here. I'm just going to put it in order of how I took it out, so I don't forget which one is which. Need my coffee. It's from Waymo. My brother works here. They make those autonomous Google cars, Google X cars. I don't know, this might be really boring for you guys, so I'm gonna probably skip over a few of these things like screws and stuff, because that's easy, you know. Just know there's 6 of these screws after you take off the Velcro. Then you go on and remove the top 9 screws, which I assume is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So do that. Okay, that takes out the loop. This is not bad so far. I've actually done this before, at least this part, because I was curious and I wanted to look inside. But I'm just trying to make sure I'm doing this meticulously, because I want to not lose any screws. That is like really far in there. How am I gonna get in there? 1 second, I need to find a screwdriver. It's gonna go all the way in there, because this is, yeah, it is. Even if I do this and extend this part is too wide, and so I can't get it all the way in there. So let's see what I got. Be right back. Okay, so I finally found my screw. Just for you guys, just be aware. So if it's longer, or if it's shorter than something like this, it's not going to reach, so you need a long Phillips head. Luckily I found one, but it seems like any Phillips head would work. I actually do have something this long, I realized. But anyway, it took me forever. It took me like 20 minutes to find this, so finally I am here. I am unscrewing the Phillips head here 3 of these at the top. Okay, let's see what's next. I think this next part is the part that's difficult. Okay, so I need to remove the buckles on the side. It's easy. So these guys right here. These are super easy. Okay, so we have removed the buckles on both sides. And then there's another screw right here that's a little bit smaller that we're gonna remove now. Just trying to be as fast as I can so I can get through this video. Fast as I can, but I also do not want to screw this up. So I'm being very careful, but quick as I can. Okay, we're gonna remove the front plate. Okay, there we go. Let's just see how it fits here. Okay, so it doesn't fit that well. Kind of have to bend it here. See that? Of course, the iFlight video is not going to show you this. So, see that? See how it's flopping around right there? So basically, you're going to have to push it down to make it fit. Fit is not that good, but I think it'll work. You guys see that, right? From the top, you need to press this down a little bit. So, okay, so now this is the part where you have to be very careful. It's opening this button panel. You need to be very careful here. Okay, slowly. I'm gonna open this side. Okay, so being very careful here, opening the button panel. Okay, success. Oh, that wasn't that bad. This is actually, there's a lot of slack here. There are 2 Phillips head screws. We just want to be very careful with this ribbon cable. So if you screw this part up, you're not going to be able to control your goggles anymore. Taking it off. And I think this thing will just pop off. I'm going to use a tiny tool here. Pop this off. And the reason why you want to pop this off is so that you won't damage it, because this is actually pressed against a plastic piece to keep it there in here. And without that, obviously it's gonna pop off and bend some pins and all that stuff. You don't want to do that. We're gonna remove this bottom piece. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it's this little lip right here at the very edge. That's what we're taking out here. And it comes right out. So here, this little piece came out from this section, bottom section. Okay, so now we got more screws. We got some Phillips head. We have 8 Phillips head screws, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm running into another issue again. This is too short for this screw right here. So I'm gonna have to shave this down, I think, because I don't have anything longer than this. All right, so I have shaved down my Phillips head screw so it can fit in here. So just remember, you need a long Phillips head to get some of these screws out. Yeah, the iFlight video doesn't tell you that. You guys probably have this stuff at home. My kit's very minimal, so, you know, I don't have all the stuffs. Alrighty, so every screw is out now. And we can move on to the next step. Let's see what is next. Take out the cover assembly kit. I suppose that's this whole thing right here. Okay, that's easy. So just take this out, comes right out. Now we have the power board here. This is the main power board that we want to get to. So we want to solder onto here and route it through here. Now I have a little space. Let me just see how this goes, because I want to know where I can route. Okay, actually, yeah. The only reason why we're taking this off is to get to the power board, essentially. So from here to here, there's plenty of space, and you're probably not gonna worry too much about pinching because it's all fairly open. So yeah, all right, so now it's the power board. I don't know if I need to take this out. Let me see if I can get to it without taking it out. Maybe I can just solder it right onto there. Okay, seems like according to this, we solder to this right here. This is the video right here. Yep. And then the ground would be this one, and this is the power. Again, this top one, there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is gonna be your video cable, your yellow wire. This is your ground, so you're gonna wire up your video ground and your power ground, and this is your power. What you want to do is you want to solder up the side that does not have the BEC, just so you can get it all the way through here. You know what I mean? Need some more coffee. Okay, here we go. Soldering. Wish me luck. We're gonna pretend these. Can you guys see this? You can kind of see it, right? Here we go. I have pretend all these wires, and now I'm gonna pretend the goggle side. So far, it's been okay in terms of difficulty. It's just kind of a pain. You have to go slowly. Make sure you have the kind of video or screenshots of the video next to you. The iFly video is fine, but like I said, remember to have a longer Phillips head to get to some of the screws. Interesting, it's not quite sticking. It's got some protection on there. Okay, so I just found out that there's it's waterproofed, so it wasn't sticking. You kind of have to just melt it through, and then I think you can get to it. Yeah, there's definitely protection on this from water. So that's probably something that's definitely going to avoid your warranty. If you have any water damage, and if you've done this mod, it's probably going to affect your repair status, because this is it's definitely coated with waterproof stuff. Okay, so everything is pre-tinned now, and I'm going to solder everything together. Let's just go over this one more time so you guys can see. Hopefully you guys can see this from this camera. So this here is going to be your video, the one at the very top right next to the screw. This here is your negative, and this is your positive. So yellow wire here, black wire here, the other black wire for your power ground, and then your red power cable goes here. And that is sending the power that's going in here, which is usually 4S for me, or 3S actually. So this is tapping straight into that. So you're gonna need that BC, which is on your receiver side, because I think it's only 5 volts on that side. All right, so let's solder this in. I'm gonna twist these two together, the grounds together, just so I can do it in one go. All right, so there we go. Now, iFlight recommends that you test this with the button. So, actually, hold on. I totally forgot. I need to solder up the receiver side. So let me grab my rapid fire out of my HDOs, and let's do that part. All right, here's my HDOs. Oh, I hate, taking apart things that already work. But we're doing this. So I need to get to the pins back here, basically. Let me see if I can take this thing off. It should come off. See, these are the kinds of things that are not in the manual, so you just kind of have to figure out. This should come off. The antenna side, this little clip here, and this is just being clipped on here, so there we go. Okay, so if you have a rapid fire, there's these little black molded plastic parts that you need to get through. So you want to just take this clip off first on the antenna side, and then you should be able to pull it off. Because we want to get to these pins here. I don't want to solder. Well, you could just solder to this, but then you're not going to be able to put it all the way back in your HDO, so we want to avoid that. Probably need to put some double stick tape somewhere here so it fits. We're going to solder 3 pins, I believe. So the bottom is 5 volt, and then we're going to skip one, and then third one from the bottom is the ground, and then we're going to skip 1, 2, and then this one up here, which is 4th from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be your yellow wire, your video wire. So let's do that. And this is going to be again your BEC side, and we're going to also have to bridge the grounds together as well. Here we go. We have power, we have ground. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top is the video. The 5 volt, 1, 2, 3 is the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4 from the top is the video. And all the pins are the same, you know that, because obviously that's the way it goes into the Fat Shark module, so it's all going to be the same whatever module you have. Alright, so now we're going to reinstall this back onto here. Boom, don't bend any pins. Okay, so the plastic piece doesn't really fit now because the solder points are kind of in the way, I feel like. So we're just gonna not put it on there for now. I mean, it should be okay, but it's a little loose. Like I said, I had bored it out because of these plastic pieces. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I think what I'll do is I will put some double sticky tape there so everything fits. All right, so now all the soldering is finished, and what is left is just to test. I need my motherboard. We're gonna plug this in very carefully, and then we want to plug this in. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna plug this in. Thing is turning on, everything's good. And I'm gonna plug this in. A tiny whoop. So I can see something. Yep, we caught the signal here. And all right, we have picture. Can you guys see this? I'm gonna bring this up to you guys. Yep, we've got picture, definitely. So it works. So the thing that I was afraid of was when you're just on. So let me exit this. So when you're just on, this is gonna stay on. So the only way this is gonna work is if you unplug, if you open on this part up, you unplug it. So I guess it doesn't really matter that it's on, but you know, like it's not going to interfere with anything, I don't think. Hopefully, that's the only thing. If someone is on that channel and this is receiving it, I wonder if that's going to interfere with anything going on with the digital stuff. So that's a test. Although what you could do is leave this on a channel that you usually fly on for digital, and then just make sure it's receiving the same channel analog wise. So here we go. We're gonna reassemble everything. Ooh, it works. So just remember, you're not finished yet. You just have to put this all back together now, and nothing, you don't want anything kinking, you know, stuff like that. So route everything and make sure this cable is all good here, and it's not gonna, this was the last piece that came off, so we're gonna go backwards. We're gonna put these bottom ones back in with your long screw. I think it's important that you reinstall it the exact opposite way that you did it, because you don't want to miss some screw or step, because I think it all kind of fits in one by one. But I think a lot of you guys that are watching this, you guys are much more skilled at doing this stuff, so I wouldn't really... Oh yeah, don't do this, by the way. I am not telling you to do this. This is for entertainment purposes only. If you do this, you are voiding your warranty, especially if you do it on camera. They have proof. So if you do it, don't do it on camera. But you know, if something happens, they're gonna know, because they can see the glue and how that everything was taken off. Okay, so now we are putting back this section here. This was the last thing. This is just popping in right here. Okay, so now is the top portion, and we need to screw this thing right back in. Put this back on, and gotta be very careful. You wanna line up the screws carefully. Again, be very careful with this. So now, make sure nothing is pinching here. That ribbon cable. Just be very careful. Okay, there we go. Everything is in. I'm gonna test this one more time now that the button is back where it should be. I'm gonna throw this in here. Hopefully this thing will stick right in and stay. Alright, so now I need to use the provided screws here. I'm just gonna use these and clap. Okay, so there we go. It's all installed. I haven't put this part back on, but I am gonna test it one more time. Turn this guy on. So this turned on. Yep. So like I said, it turns on even though it's not in the analog mode, obviously, because it's pulling power straight from the battery here. Well, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty cool. Look at that. Focus. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, you guys. Yep, it's there. It's working. So yeah, it's all good. So I'm just gonna button this up, and that's pretty much it. Oh, the last thing I want to try is, apparently because the signal is connected from here to this board, if you plug in another AV into there, it's going to send that same signal out to like another goggle or a monitor. So I'm going to just check that real quick. It's going to receive the same signal and output to this. So let's just see if that is true. Plug this in again. Tiny whoop. Okay, there it is. And yes, it does show up. I am also going to test it with HDOs and see if this will show up, because it is sharing the same signal. Now, I don't know if that's going to cause any type of lag. Oh, there it is. All right, so it seems like it totally works. So I can actually, let's see. I can actually compare this by running this and running this at the same time, I guess. I guess if I want a DVR, then it'll record to this, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to match the different... It's too bad it doesn't have contrast. You know. The image seems pretty close. This one is a lot more contrasty for some reason than this. So yeah, you just plug this in, it splits the signal, and you can have more sources. Or, yeah, you can have more viewing screens. So that's pretty cool. Awesome, love that. So I'm excited that now I have a goggle that can do analog and digital, and all my micros and all that stuff. I can just take this one goggle with me. I mean, I'll probably do a test where I take the Fat Sharks and this with me. I can pop this off and put the Rabbit Fire in the Fat Sharks and do a test. But I'm quite excited because this screen is very nice. The only issue is possible latency, which so far I have not experienced. So we'll see. Anyways, sorry for the long video, but thank you for watching. We will see you guys next time.